Well, let's discuss this further with Elias Symeonakis. He's an associate professor in Earth observation and geographic information systems at Manchester Metropolitan University. Professor, we just heard there that climate change is making heat waves around the world more intense and more likely. How common are these events happening? Because it seems like every year we're talking about, the hottest summer on record or the hottest in 10 years, things like that.
Yeah, they are becoming more and more common, as you said. We will seeing a lot more of this in our lifetime. There will not be a moment where these heat waves actually will go down. So we are on a path to actually have more of these. We could do something to make them not go even worse, to not have more and more forever. So if we limit our emissions and we go to what we call net emissions by 2050, then we could limit the warming of the planet to less than 1.5 degrees, as we say. And that could actually limit these heat waves, and they wouldn't continue being more and more of those. But at the moment, we're not doing great. We're doing actually the opposite. We're doing very badly. And so these heat waves will be worse and worse and more of them.
So are you saying that this is irreversible, that if we do more, and you say we're doing very badly at the moment, that we could limit them, but we won't be able to reverse the impact on the climate?
What we see now is where we have a warming of the planet of about 1.2 degrees above pre-industrial levels. We are on a path to actually go even beyond 1.5, which is our goal from the Paris Agreement. And as you can imagine, with every bit of increase of the temperature, these effects will actually will be worse and worse. But we can actually limit them to where more or less we are now if we take all the action necessary, which is minimizing our emissions, limiting them to absolute zero and net zero by the middle of the century, and all those important things. But we cannot take that CO2 out of the atmosphere. We've already placed it there. We continue to use fossil gas and fossil fuels and petrol. So we are on a very dangerous path, but we can, if we take action in this decade, limit these effects. Very important limits we can actually achieve, yeah.
Okay, and we are a bit short on time, unfortunately, but I have time for one just quick last question. What are the impacts that we're seeing with these intense heat waves on health and also the economy?
Dramatic. I mean, older generations in Europe have been, suffering from these heat waves. A lot of deaths, even in a previous decade in France, we saw thousands of elderly people die, and we'll be seeing more of these. We are better able to adapt in the north, in the redeveloped countries, but we'll be seeing, dramatic effects. Obviously, even more dramatic in the developing nations in the south.
Okay, Elias Symeonakis, thank you for your time.